How many have you indicted?
Excuse me. I'm going to answer the question.
Answer my question.
No, I'm going to answer the question the way I want to answer the question.
No,
Your
you're going to answer the
theatrics are
question
ridiculous.
the way I asked it.
Chairman Jordan, I'm not going to get in the gutter with these people.
One of the many heated exchanges up on Capitol Hill today between the Attorney General Pam Bondi and Democratic lawmakers during a House Judiciary Committee hearing. Bondi spending much of her testimony on the defensive over her handling and her department's handling, the Justice Department, of the Epstein files. California Republican Congressman Kevin Kiley in the room for the hearing with us live tonight here on the Hill. Congressman, there was a whole lot of that. I probably could play you hours of that sound, but we picked one piece. What did you make of the Attorney General in the room today and her defense?
You know, it was a contentious hearing, but it's not dissimilar to hearings we've had with any number of cabinet officials. And, you know, you certainly had folks weighing in on both sides on issues where passions run very high. So, you know, you tend to see this at these hearings. It'd be nice if we could have a little more decorum just overall, but I've been through a lot of these with cabinet officials on both sides of the aisle now, and especially it seems in our committee, things just tend to get a little tense.
Are you impressed with the way that she answered today?
I think that when it came to the concerns that I had, for example, on the issue of sanctuary jurisdictions, I think she was very solid. She pointed out that we had 4,000 plus people in California who are here illegally, were committed very serious crimes, and then were released. And the problem with this is that it then forces immigration enforcement to take place in the community when it can be done much more readily and in a much more orderly fashion if you just have a handoff of custody in a custodial setting. So, you know, the issues I cared about, I brought that up. I brought up the issue of the parents' memo, where parents were targeted. I thought she did fine.
Let me move you to some news because you are right in the middle of it, Congressman, as you know, but for our viewers here on NewsNation, for those listening to us on SiriusXM, you are one of 6 Republicans who just voted to essentially rebuke the president on his tariff policy and how he's handling it as it relates to Canada. Here was the president just moments ago. He said any Republican, of which you are, in the House or the Senate that votes against tariffs will seriously suffer the consequences come election time, and that includes primaries. As I mentioned, you are one of 6. What would your response be to President Trump tonight?
You know, look, Blake, you can really tie yourself in knots trying to figure out, oh gosh, what are going to be the political consequences of every vote that I take? But, you know, that's not, I think, how the best way to approach this job is. I approach each vote in terms of what's going to be best for my district, for my state, and for the country, and then trust that come election time, you know, voters will judge me by the entirety of my record.
Do you worry about him following through on a primary threat? And just for some background, you're in one of those redrawn districts in California, so you're trying to figure out which one to run in. And if and when you decide, I'm going to run in whichever one you so choose, and Trump says, you know what, I've got someone that's running against Kiley, does that worry you?
You know, again, I try not to look at things from that angle or to worry about that. Like, I try to do the job that I was sent here to do. And
not in the least bit, Congressman?
Politics. You know, I feel like I'm in touch with what the folks that I represent want. And so that's what guides me. And at the end of the day, they'll judge me based upon the entirety of my record.
Potential government shutdown, partial shutdown, I should say, of the Department of Homeland Security. The clock is ticking. Just a couple days away. Do you believe that there is going to be a resolution by then or no?
I hope so, because it makes no sense to shut down, you know, TSA, you know, FEMA, the Coast Guard, among other aspects of the Department of Homeland Security. And we had a bipartisan bill on this. And so, you know, I think there is a potential here to come together and reach a deal on important reforms to focus the mission of Immigration and Customs Enforcement while addressing those detainer issues that I mentioned before. The problem is we had like 2 weeks to do it. So it may be necessary to have a little bit of an extension and then have a deal come together.
And that is the deadline there. 2 days and now under 5 hours. 2 days, 5 hours, essentially, for that deadline. Kevin Kiley, Republican, California, as I mentioned, in the middle of some news tonight, with us tonight here on the Hill. Thank you, sir. We'll talk again soon.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.